Hey guys, so today in Math Intervention we're going to talk about adding and subtracting in scientific notation. You recall during class I showed you how to expand out the numbers and just add them normally and then put the number back in scientific notation. But there's actually a way more efficient way to do this. When you are adding and subtracting in scientific notation, your exponents must be the same. Let me repeat that. Your exponents must be the same. If they're not the same, you have to make them the same, and I will show you how to do that. But let's look at this first one. Once your exponents are the same, you can just add your coefficients. So if I have 4.3 times 10 to the fourth plus 2.9 times 10 to the fourth, I'm going to look immediately and see, are my exponents the same? Well, 4.3 has an exponent of 4, and 2.9 has an exponent of 4. Since these are already the same, I can go ahead and just add my coefficients. Remember, you want to line up your decimals and fill in any zeros, but there aren't any in this case. 9 plus 3 is 12, so I'm going to put the 2 down, carry my 1. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I have a new coefficient of 7.2 times 10 to the, and then we're going to keep the exponent, 10 to the fourth. So again, my exponents are the same. All I did was add my coefficients. Let's look at one where the exponent is not the same. All right, if I have 9.6 times 10 to the sixth minus 9.4 times 10 to the fifth, before I can add or subtract, in this case, these numbers, I have to look and see, are my exponents the same? Well, 9.6 has an exponent of 6, and 9.4 has an exponent of 5. So no, these exponents are not the same. I'm going to have to make them the same, and this is the new skill that you guys are going to see today. You guys might remember me referring to your good friend Lars, which just means when you move your decimal left, you add. When you move it to the right, you subtract. Now, it's really important that you guys know that you have to always keep the number with the largest exponent. So in that case, we're going to keep 9.6 times 10 to the sixth and make the same. However, I want to change my second term to where there's an exponent of 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my decimal one spot to the left and drop it off, and then I can add 1 to my exponent. So now this becomes 9.6 times 10 to the sixth minus 0.94 times 10 to the sixth. And now all I have to do is go ahead and subtract my coefficients normally. It doesn't matter that your coefficients are not between 1 and 10. We can fix that later if we have to. Right now, all I'm concerned with is lining up decimals and filling in any zeros that we might have. All right. Now, I can't subtract 4 from 0, and I cannot subtract 9 from 16. So I'm going to have to go all the way to the end and borrow. Turn this to an 8, which will turn my 6 to a 16. Now, I still can't subtract 4 from 0, so I'm going to have to go back and borrow again, make this a 15, and now I can turn this to a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6, and 15 minus 9 is also 6. Your decimal comes straight down. 8 minus 0 is 8. So my new coefficient here is 8.66 times 10 to the sixth power. Keep the exponent. Let's do one more. All right, guys. Let's look at one where our exponents are negative. Again, process stays the same. The first thing I have to do is look and see, are my exponents the same or not? Well, I see that 4.7 has an exponent of negative 2, and 3.8 has an exponent of negative 1. So since these are not the same, I'm going to have to make them the same by using our good friend Lars. Now, there's always a big question with you guys as to which one do I keep here? Which one is the larger number? Remember, the closer you are to 0 with negative numbers, that is the larger number. So in this case, The larger number is 3.8 times 10 to the negative 1 because the exponent of negative 1 is closer to 0 than negative 2. It's only one space away versus negative 2 is two spaces away. So I'm actually going to change my first term here. And all I have to do, I know I just want to add 1 to my exponent, so I just have to move my decimal one spot to the left, and then I can add 1. Again, I'm moving to the left because that means I can add. So my new problem becomes 0.47 times 10 to the negative 1 power. Again, negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1, plus 3.8 times 10 to the negative 1 power. Now my exponents are the same. All I have to do is add my coefficients. Line your decimals up and fill in your zeros. 3 plus 0 is 3. Bring your decimal down. Ooh, wow, Miss Abel. Let's do that correctly in correct order. 7 plus 0 is 7. 8 plus 4 is 12. Carry your 1. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. So my new coefficient here is 4.27 times 10 to the negative 1 power. Again, guys, the two steps you have to do, check your exponents. If your exponents are not the same, use your good friend Lars to make them the same. All right, guys, let's practice.